And it looked like Dillon Gabriel fired major shots at Shedeur Sanders immediately after this game.
You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but
and made that speech. If that speech was being made publicly, you can imagine what was being said in practice.
Dillon Gabriel got destroyed after insulting Shedeur Sanders live on TV. One careless line turned into a brutal storm, making Gabriel look jealous, insecure, and way out of his league. And now the whole world is watching the Browns' rookie war explode, with Shedeur standing tall while Gabriel's reputation crumbles.
you know, there's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but you know, it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can. And
the Browns were in the middle of a preseason game. Nothing unusual, just another night of football. But then Dillon Gabriel dropped a line that would blow up the internet. There are entertainers and there are competitors.
No, look, I mean, I heard that, and when he said entertainer, I went, oh shit.
It was short, it was blunt, and it hit like a grenade. Within seconds, fans online connected the dots. To them, Gabriel wasn't just making a general point. He was throwing shade at his own teammate, Shedeur Sanders. After all, when you talk about entertainers in football, the first name that comes to mind in Cleveland is Shedeur. This wasn't just a comment, this was a shot fired.
In the middle of a preseason football game. And he said some people are entertainers and some people are competitors, and he's a competitor. Clearly a shot.
And here's the thing, and context matters. Shedeur isn't just any rookie quarterback trying to make a roster spot. He's the son of Deion Primetime Sanders. He's got the NIL deals, the flashy jewelry, the confidence, and the swagger that screams entertainment. For Gabriel to draw a line between entertainers and competitors, that felt personal. It felt like he was saying, Shedeur's more about the show than the grind.
Because I like Shedeur, but I also believe he's a really good quarterback.
Right.
And I think that they got it wrong. So I was happy to see him prove them wrong, even if it was for one game.
He is what NIL looks like in real time. He set the precedent for what it looks like for media because his other son,
Shedeur's entire brand is built on being both, a competitor who also embraces the spotlight. That's why the timing of Gabriel's words couldn't have been worse. The word entertainer has practically been glued to Shedeur's name since college, and Gabriel's casual delivery came across like he was cutting down everything Shedeur represents.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I was kind of like, uh-oh, did he just take a shot at Shedeur? I mean, did he just do that?
And fans didn't hesitate to label it. To them, this was classic jealous teammate syndrome. Gabriel, the less flashy rookie, taking a swipe at the teammate who naturally draws more attention, more cameras, and more love from the fans. This isn't just about football, it's about a culture clash inside the NFL. On one side, you've got the old school mentality. Work hard, stay humble, keep your head down. On the other, you've got the new generation, where personality, brand, and social media presence matter as much as performance. Gabriel's comment tapped directly into that divide, and in doing so, he unintentionally positioned himself against the Sanders legacy, a battle no rookie really wants.
You know what black people hate about racism? It's not the fact that y'all racist or y'all don't want people around, or we don't care about none of that.
you know, well, all you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. And I think, you know, just understanding that, that's how I've lived by, and I've said that multiple times. So
after the game, Gabriel tried to fix the damage. He backpedaled, saying the line wasn't about Shedeur at all. According to him, when he said entertainers, he meant the media, not his teammate. He claimed he was just drawing a contrast. The press entertains, players compete. Simple as that.
That is not a good look for Dillon Gabriel, man. And he went on to say more.
But the problem is, tone and timing can bury the truth. Gabriel's clarification didn't come off confident. It sounded shaky, like he was scrambling to put the fire out after realizing he'd just poured gasoline on himself. And when you're a rookie, there's no margin for error. You don't get the benefit of the doubt, especially not when your words can be twisted into an insult aimed at one of the most high-profile rookies in the league.
The throwing the rock and hiding your hand. Being aggressive, coming off like you the villain, and then playing the victim.
Fans didn't buy the excuse. In fact, the clarification made things worse. People started saying, if it wasn't about Shedeur, why are you rushing to defend yourself? Why are you clarifying at all? His attempt at damage control only reinforced the perception that he knew he'd stepped on a landmine.
Now he want to hide his hand. Now you want to play, no, I never said that. The media is behind twisting my words.
And this is where the NFL is brutal. It's not just about what you meant, it's about what people heard. Perception is reality in this league, and Gabriel just branded himself not as a competitor, but as the guy who took a shot at Shedeur Sanders and then tried to walk it back.
I'm not saying that he's a racist. I don't think he is. But it's the same ideology.
The truth might be that Gabriel was genuinely talking about the media, but once social media locks onto a narrative, the fight is over. The insult is what sticks, not the correction. And for Gabriel, that one sentence might end up defining the start of his career more than any pass he throws this preseason.
No, I mean, it's social media is a dumpster fire over these two right now.
Throwing a rock, hiding your hand. Be the same guy you was before all that.
The moment Dillon Gabriel's clip hit the internet, the media wolves came running, and leading the charge, Shannon Sharpe. Now, if you've watched Shannon long enough, you know he doesn't hold back. Within hours, he was on air saying exactly what millions of fans were already tweeting. That's about Shedeur, don't play dumb.
I'm all about our team, you know what I mean, and each other. I would never make that, and I've said it before, that's why it's interesting, but for me, I've explained it, entertainers are you all, competitor. That's what I am and all my teammates.
And that's when the dam broke. Other commentators piled on like it was open season. Every hot take show, every podcast, every sports page suddenly had the same headline. Dillon Gabriel throws shade at Shedeur Sanders. Some called it insecurity. Others said it was pure jealousy. And a few even claimed Gabriel was terrified of being overshadowed before his career even starts.
Or the toes that you step on today, because they may be connected to the leg that leads to the butt that you may have to kiss tomorrow.
And here's where Gabriel made the mistake of a lifetime. He forgot who he was messing with, because if you're going to throw shade, even accidentally, you better make sure it's not at someone with the last name Sanders.
When he steps up in press conferences, what did he say? He said, yeah, my son Junior put together a phenomenal piece. He never left by my side. He's gonna put it up on his YouTube channel. Y'all can go see that later when he puts it out.
See, Shedeur isn't just another rookie quarterback. He's primetime junior. He grew up in the spotlight. He's been branded since high school. His dad is literally Deion Sanders, one of the most magnetic, confident, and iconic athletes in American sports history. Deion didn't just play football, he changed football. He made flash and swagger part of the game. And Shedeur, he's carrying that exact same energy into the NFL.
You don't know what type of career Shedeur is going to have, where he might have the power to say, I don't want that guy on my team.
This is why Gabriel's words hit like dynamite. He wasn't just calling out a teammate, he was poking the entire Sanders legacy. And if history tells us anything, it's this. The Sanders family thrives on haters. Every time someone doubts them, mocks them, or tries to cut them down, they turn it into fuel. Gabriel basically handed them premium gasoline for free.
I think we see a progression as linear, but with a hammy, as I'm realizing, there's your days and you got to continue to strengthen it and work through it, but just trying to get better and feel better there.
NFL culture knows this too. Players aren't dumb, they understand the hierarchy of respect. Taking aim at a Sanders, directly or indirectly, is like insulting royalty. It's career suicide in the culture war. The Sanders name carries weight in every locker room, every fan base, and definitely in the media. That's why almost instantly, the tide of public opinion slammed against Gabriel. Fans rushed to defend Shedeur, dragging Gabriel up and down social media timelines. And just when things couldn't get worse, they did, because all this drama didn't happen in a vacuum. It dropped right into the middle of a Cleveland Browns quarterback battle that was already a powder keg.
And like I told you guys, there's so much to learn from in that game, and that's the part for us as coaches, that we have to point out things that we have to get cleaned up.
The Browns have been desperate for a quarterback solution for years, and now they've got two rookies competing for attention, Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. On paper, it should have been simple. Let them battle it out on the field, best man wins. But thanks to one careless comment, the entire narrative got hijacked. Shedeur, despite limited reps, was turning heads with accuracy and poise. Gabriel, reports out of camp showed inconsistency, missed throws, and shaky performances under pressure. Fans saw the difference and started asking the obvious question. Why is the coaching staff protecting Gabriel when Shedeur clearly looks better? Now, every practice, every preseason snap is being viewed through the lens of Gabriel's entertainer versus competitor comment. The narrative isn't just about football anymore. It's about character. It's about whether Gabriel is jealous, whether he can handle the spotlight, and whether the Browns are propping up the wrong rookie.
When it looked like Kevin Stefanski is in some serious, serious hot water after pretty much confirming Shedeur Sanders and other quarterbacks could be on the chopping block.
The coaching staff hasn't escaped the fire either. Analysts are tearing into Kevin Stefanski and the Browns for mishandling the situation, accusing them of trying to force Gabriel into the role while ignoring the momentum Shedeur has built. The QB controversy was already messy. Gabriel's words turned it into a circus. Subscribe to the channel to get more updates on Browns quarterback battle.